My name is Heidi Romanish, and I'm a member of the Minnesota Immigrants' Rights Action Committee, and I reside in Minneapolis. And this is, I also want to recognize Mayor Hemken, the opportunity for us to not have to come in and shut down the meeting, but rather have a meeting and have an hour where as many people who need to say what they need to say can speak and take the time this evening, because as little by little you're gathering, this is a serious matter. This is a serious, we're in a state of living with human rights violations, and we live in a racist state and society. And this is where, when we look at where the beginnings of what happened, that's where we're at. I am struck with the fact that we're here tonight in a place called New Hope, and knowing that Officer Lamer is one of the officers here. So I'm not sure if any of you could just kind of tell me a little bit about the founding, or where did the name come from? I mean, New Hope. It was a community that was formed feeling hopeful.
Unfortunately, this is our time to listen. It's not our time to talk.
Okay.
We want to give you guys
right.
Time
Good. No, I was just
pontificate.
Good. That's fine. But I'm going to use that metaphor for a while. So I was curious. I mean, I think we can imagine what it means to have hope, and for a hope to also be new, and that is an experience of immigrants and immigration. And I know that's what my own family was seeking, leaving Germany in 1953. So we're here tonight. We are demanding that Officer Andy Lamer be fired. That is our demand. That is unnegotiable at this time. Now that we know what has occurred, and I'm struck also by this idea, that he was not in the Metro. He was in the Metro Transit uniform. We heard that in the opening when he committed this crime. My daughter, when I was explaining to her why we're here and what happened, she said, well, why isn't he in jail? Right? That's how your mind works. Why isn't that man, Officer Lamer, in jail? But he's not in jail. Instead, Ariel Vences Lopez is in jail, in detention, and as we've heard, on his way to being deported. So we change our clothes. Officer Lamer changed from one uniform to another, and he's here in New Hope. And he is the officer in New Hope. So that is the reality. That's I don't think that there is a feeling of hope right now, probably for many residents of New Hope. I imagine that this is a place, knowing that this officer is now continued on duty here, and this is where he comes from. This is his real job. That disconnect between law enforcement and community, as has been described already, is broken here in New Hope. So we need to wake up, all of us, and now that we know that who resides here and who is in charge, who is the official law of New Hope, we will restate our demand that we insist that he be fired. Secondly, we will be back. I think that this has been a very great opening, that we know that this is a place where we have come and we have a full hour to speak. So we will be back. We will be willing to collaborate. There is a lot more information that needs to come out, but there's something that's non-negotiable, and that is that Officer Lamers needs to be removed from the police force here in New Hope. So thank you very much.